Hello and welcome to this video. Here I'll talk about how to apply for law schools and how to prepare for the application. Before I start the video proper, I invite all of you, if you haven't yet, to subscribe to my channel. It'll help my channel grow, and if you do, it'll give you 3 years of good luck and 5 years of better luck. If you like this video, please press the thumbs up and share if you can. The video begins now. Welcome back. Are you about to graduate from college? Or are you tired of your own law school and want to transfer? I will try to give you tips on how to apply to a law school or transfer to a law school. Going to law school is one of the hardest decisions you have to make. You have to dedicate at least 5 years before they even call you attorney, or be legally entitled to change your first name to attorney. Before you even think of where to go to law school, you're going to have to prepare certain documents so that you'll be ready as soon as you fill up that application form. Here are some of the documents that you will definitely need to have. First, you need to provide a copy of your birth certificate. Not the PSA, it's now called the NSA copy, or National Statistics Authority. Why do we need that birth certificate? Well, in order to practice law in the Philippines, you need to be a Filipino citizen. If you are a dual citizen and you don't have yet your passport or proof of your Philippine citizenship, please obtain one. You need to be a Filipino, even if you are a dual citizen, to practice in the Philippines. So what law schools do now is they filter out those who are not qualified to practice law. They filter them out when they apply to law school. Next, you need to be a college graduate to enter law school. So you need to prepare an official transcript of records to show to the law school where you're applying to that you have graduated from college. If you are still in your last year of college, maybe you can provide a certificate of grades or a certificate that you are going to graduate that school year. Most law schools open up their applications before the graduation season, so it's quite acceptable to apply to law schools even if you have not graduated yet. As long as you can show proof that you're going to graduate, they will provisionally accept your application. And then you just show proof of your graduation, whether it be a transcript of records or a diploma, before the school year starts. Now, it depends on where you're going to apply to law school, but try to get 2 recommendation letters. If the law school you're applying to has their own form, their own letter, their own envelope style, obtain that first. Get 2 recommendation letters from 2 people who will state that you are a good candidate for law school and a good candidate to be a lawyer. I'd recommend, if you're working, maybe an employer, your supervisor, your manager. If you are in school, get one from a professor who you can trust to make that recommendation letter, or maybe from a lawyer friend. Try to avoid having lawyer relatives sign the recommendation letter. That will show a little bias, and the law school will not consider that seriously. If you're going to get a relative, make sure you don't have the same last name. Next, you need to prepare several copies or several ID pictures, whether it's 2x2 or passport size. You need to prepare it. So you need to have your pictures taken. I'm sure there are a lot of photography studios in the malls or somewhere near your place. Make sure you get enough copies. I would recommend you prepare at least 4 sets. Now, if you're married, also prepare a certified copy of your marriage certificate. You're going to have to disclose that you are married to the law school. It's not about violating your privacy, but the law school has to know whether you have a spouse or not, because certain conditions require. Also, some law schools may have protocols for those married students. If you're a transferee, please provide a transcript of your grades or a sort of a document that shows your grades so that the law school will determine what subjects you need, what subjects can be credited, and what subjects are not allowed. For example, if you went to the law school in Rockwell, they teach philosophy of law and theology of law. If you're going to transfer to the law school in Diliman, those subjects will not be credited because they don't offer them in that law school. Also, for transferees, if you are accepted and about to begin the semester, you need to provide an honorable dismissal from your previous law school. Law schools will only accept transferees if there are no outstanding obligations of the student in the former law school. I mentioned college degree. If you are still in senior high school or in high school, and you have to decide which college majors are optimal for law school, I have a video I'll put in the description and a video card up here on what college majors I would recommend as a pre-law degree. What's important in the college degree is that you need to have 18 units of English, 18 units of social science subjects, and at least 6 units of mathematics. If you are deficient in those units, law schools will allow you to take these subjects, or what you need to complete the 18 units, in that university or some university. Meaning you can cross-enroll or take them simultaneously as you go to law school. It's imperative that you have to complete those 18 units of English and 18 units of social sciences and 6 units of mathematics before you graduate from law school. Otherwise, you will not be allowed to apply to take the bar examinations. Now, which law school should you choose? As for me, and as a law school dean, I would recommend 4 aspects for you to consider on how to choose a law school that you want to go to. Yes, every student wants to dream to go to the big 3 or maybe the big 4 law schools. Their application process are strict and highly competitive. Nevertheless, here are the 4 aspects I think you should consider before choosing the law school you want to go to. The first aspect, the school's reputation. The big 3 or the big 4 in Metro Manila have already established their reputation as schools that provide a rigorous system of learning, high success rate in the bar examination, and also, I must admit, a high dropout rate. In the law school I went to in Ateneo, only about 25 to 30% make it the senior year. Just because you didn't go to the big 4 or the big 3 doesn't mean that the law school is not good enough. There are several law schools, and each of them should be given the respect that they can operate a law school. Each law school has to pass a rigorous accreditation procedure with the Legal Education Board for them to be allowed to operate a law school. So, if the law school passes the Legal Education Board, then I think it's a good law school. A second aspect that you consider is location. Why? Commuting to a law school is a fact that one has to accept. The farther you are from your home to the law school, the longer the commute. The longer the commute, the less time for studying. And if you're working, that's even harder because your work may be far from your home. And if you choose a law school that's both far from your home or far from your work, it's just the travel time is just going to add up and eat away from your study time. A fourth aspect that you should look into is the success rate in the bar exam. Every year, the bar exam releases the results, and from a low of 11% to a high of 30%, that is the passing rate. So, what is a law school's optimum passing rate? I would say 50%. 50% is for the first-time takers. If a law school passes within 40% and above, I think that is a law school you should consider applying to. I'm not saying those that pass less than 30 are not good enough, but a good passing rate indicates that the law school really wants their graduates to pass the bar exam. Now that you've prepared the documents, now that you've filled up the application form, now that you've chosen the law school, we have to take one more exam. 99% of law schools have their own entrance exams. You have to prepare for that. Now, what is the issue on the PhilSat? As of making this video in January 2021, the PhilSat or the Philippine Law School Aptitude Test is still suspended for this school year because of the pandemic. To prepare for the law school entrance exams, I would suggest that you take sample exams. I know you can download sample exams of the LSAT or the US law school's version of the PhilSat, or you can take other sampled exams. I'm sure they're available online. Practice those and practice those with the prescribed time limit. The last step in the law school application process is that if you pass the documentation, if you pass the entrance exam, most law schools will admit you outright. Then again, there are some law schools that need to interview the potential applicant. In my school, in the University of Caloocan City, I personally interview all applicants which have passed the documentation process and the entrance exam. How do you prepare for the interview? Well, I will make another video on how to prepare for a law school admissions interview. Please look in the description because I'll put it there as soon as I make that video. There. Thank you for reaching the end of this video. I hope this video has strengthened you on your courage to apply to law school. I wish you good luck, and I hope that you'll be a lawyer someday. Remember, it's not what you know, it's what they don't know.